Hi,
My name is Tracy,
and my name is Lynn.
and together
we are
Bollocks and Balls. We like to chat
And boy, can we chat.
about the bollocks and balls.
Mainly in our heads, but also about life in general. After all, it's good to talk. Two.
Off we go,
And we're back again.
back in the room.
It's one of those mornings.
That's fine, it's absolutely fine. Those mornings happen. Those days happen. Those weeks sometimes happen. All okay.
Oh, lordy. Where were we before we were interrupted? Oh, we were on about Ant and Dec and Let's Get Ready to
Let's
Rumble.
get ready to rumble. We were
And was
thinking.
that their only song that they did?
That makes sense. That's the only song I know then.
No, I'm sure they did others. I just don't remember what they were.
No, I don't remember either.
No, Ant and Dec are not high on my Spotify list, to be perfectly honest.
No, they're not on my Spotify list either.
Not that I don't
Can't
dislike
say they're even on my Spotify list, but there we are.
I don't think they're on mine either. Not that we don't love you, Ant and Dec, if you're listening, but do you think Ant and Dec are listening?
Well, you never know.
Oh,
They might come across us somewhere.
wouldn't that be flipping hilarious if they were?
It would, wouldn't it? Be interesting.
Do you know what? And I think we need to send this to Ant and Dec now. How do we do that?
Do you reckon they'd listen?
I don't know.
Do you reckon we can make them?
Yeah, come to us, Ant and Dec. We know how to make you famous.
Yeah. Cool.
I bet we could sort out some of their shit though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you not think we could?
Yeah.
Couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could sort out some of that stuff going on.
Do you know what I was thinking that in the week? When we did that poll thing,
Yeah.
how like we all, I think I said something in there, didn't I? In my post, like how we all think everybody else has got their shit together,
Oh God, yeah.
and actually like nobody has.
No, nobody has.
No. I mean, that is a big, bold statement to make, but I have no qualms about making it. Like, nobody has all their shit together, do they?
No, nobody. And nobody.
No.
Literally, no matter how much stuff
Yeah.
about it you know, even the likes of Brené Brown has still not got her shit together
Yeah,
totally.
there's still pieces in there. Yeah, absolutely.
That default comes in
Yeah.
when it's something, oh my God, yeah, like you say, it does with just the slightest of things. It only just takes
Yeah,
that default, like a millisecond to come back in again when something
absolutely.
triggers that.
But we have this great habit, don't we, of looking at other people and thinking, oh, they're all right, they got their shit together.
Yeah.
It's all right for them, or, you know, we do it all the time.
We do it all the time, especially when people talk about, head stuff, don't they? And I'm sure people must look at us sometimes and think, yeah, but they're not like you're saying.
Yeah, it's all right for them.
They know this stuff. It's all right for them. But that's not true, is it?
None of us have got our shit together.
No, that's the thing in it. So, like when we did the last podcast, and we were talking about the whole me having a meltdown thing. It, like you say.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much of this shit you know, nobody is like that all the time.
No, they're not, and it can't be because things happen, and we do as good as we can all be at reacting. It's just sometimes almost like catches you off guard, doesn't it? And you react in a different way, and sometimes we do have to like give ourselves a bit of talking to, don't we?
Oh God, yeah.
It's almost like then you go, right, hang on a minute. Why?
Yeah.
And I do that more these days. I never ever used to like question myself.
No.
But now, honestly, it's so interesting if you start doing that. You suddenly just stop and go, right, hang on a minute. why am I feeling like this? Or why did I react in that way this time? And if you really sit and talk to yourself, it can be quite profound, to be honest.
Oh God, I think so much. Like you know, I have now got into a habit of doing that. Sometimes it might take me a while.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
As in, like, I mean, a couple of days.
Yeah.
But then I go, all right, come on, sort your shit out. Well, let's work out why we're feeling like this rather than carrying on. But yeah, like you say, once that default has kind of eased off, and then...
Because it is okay, and I think that's the biggest thing. And I mean, Brené Brown's a good one for that, isn't she? Like, it is okay to feel these things.
Yes.
But I think, and if we can learn from them, it can then make a whole difference. But it is okay. It's absolutely okay. And I think when you gain that acceptance of that is like huge. Because I think that allows you to have those days.
Oh, totally.
Because you can have those shit days, but you can still be all right about it, and that doesn't make any sense at all in a way.
But that's the thing. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But it is that. But acceptance, I think, is one of the hardest things to do. Is to accept that you're allowed to have those days.
Yeah.
Because often, with the whole positivity thing and remain positive, and we know this because we've done loads of stuff, is that when you're having a shit day and you think, oh, I've got to be positive, it's almost like
you're bloody hard work.
It's hard work. B, you're trying to ignore what you're feeling.
Yeah. Or you're just repressing it, which we know that fills up the
bucket.
The wrong bucket, doesn't it?
So like you say, you're repressing it, which, like you say, it will emerge in a much worse state at some given...
a bit fiercer then.
Yeah. It comes out with, a little bit more ferocity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I know it's a big posh word for me today. And now I forgot where I was going with that. No, it's fine. But also, you feel crap for having a crap day. You almost beat yourself up. Oh, I'm shit. I'm not feeling positive today. I feel shit. Oh God, that means I am shit because I'm not feeling positive and I have to feel positive all the time, which I think then gets you in another kind of cycle, and you just end up going round and round and round and round. It's fucking ridiculous.
You don't have to feel positive all the time.
Oh God, no.
Feeling positive and understanding yourself, or understanding the reasons why you're feeling a bit shit, is totally different.
Totally, because with that level of understanding, automatically makes you feel better because you understand why you're feeling like you're feeling.
Yeah.
You've not smoothed the bloody positively spread over it.
No.
You've gone, okay, this is why I'm feeling like this. So, okay, now I feel better because now I understand why I'm feeling like that. And that makes sense. So then you realise, well, okay.
And I think then it's almost like when you don't look at it with acceptance, you then can tend just to sit in it because you almost don't know where to go with it, do you? So you do just sit in it. And we have a bit of a wallow bath, don't we?
Oh, yes.
We like a bit of that.
Everybody loves a bit of a self-pity bath.
Yeah, have a little bit of a pity party. But then, if we can understand it, we do, like you said, we do just start to feel differently about it. It doesn't have such a big whammy on us, does it?
No, and for me, I don't think it prolongs the situation.
No, and I think almost like you come out of it then without realising because you've just accepted it.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on it and making it freaking huge, which is what we do, because then once we make it huge, we attach every other emotion we can to it because we start delving in the box of oh, like I've done that and I'm rubbish at that and I know I'm rubbish at that because I did that, and we're so good at that.
Oh yeah, it just like gets into some like flipping shit stew, basically.
It is, isn't it? We chuck it all in,
Yeah.
and then we jump in ourselves, and we're like, yay!
I know, it's just horrible. It is just one melting pot of shit all the time.
It's madness, isn't it? But when we can accept and just go, okay, I'm feeling like this because it's not a bee anymore.
No,
It's really not.
no, because like you say, because you understand where it's come from,
And you accept it, so you don't give it a great huge flag going, shit day.
yeah,
Okay, I'm having a shit day.
yeah,
We all have shit days. I think that's a big one as well, isn't it? Accepting that you're not the only one. That was huge for me.
that's it, isn't it? And it, like you say, it goes back to the whole what we think others
Yeah.
are like, and what we assume. People do a lot of assuming.
Yeah. And when I was like that, I really cut myself off, because also I thought everybody else was okay, so I didn't feel like I could reach out, because what a plonker I felt,
Yeah,
or what a failure I felt, and stitched all those buttons on my forehead.
but that's it, isn't it? Like you say, because you're assuming that everybody else is okay.
Yeah.
But and I think that comes from that nobody speaks about this stuff.
No, they don't.
So your automatic reaction is, well, if nobody else is speaking about it, then nobody else is feeling that.
No, or nobody else will understand, and nobody else is going through this, which is absolute bollocks.
It is bollocks.
Yeah.
It's the biggest load of bollocks.
And it's great because when we then go, oh, this is how I feel, somebody else will go, oh my God, I felt like that.
Yeah.
So you're giving that other person permission to like talk about it as well. And that is huge.
Yes.
So, and I think the trouble is we think, oh, if we've got this shit and we share it, we're giving somebody else that shit. You're not. You're actually giving somebody else permission to be okay with their shit too.
That's it, isn't it? Unless you speak to a rescuing Rita who will take on your shit and try and fix it.
Yeah, well, that's another issue.
But
rescuing Rita is in that beginning stage.
Yes.
So that is fine if you're a rescuing Rita. But be a rescuing Rita and start to understand rescuing Rita, and then you will come out the other side.
This is it.
She'll still have a little hand in sometimes, but that's absolutely fine.
But this is it, isn't it?
But you'll understand her, so then she won't be so prominent.
Yeah.
So it'll get better.
This is it.
By accepting rescuing Rita's there.
And like you say, and accepting and listening that everybody else has stuff going on.
Yeah, don't fight it, because I think people fight it, don't they? They know they have these sort of traits, these sides or things, and then they fight it. And I did that originally, because when we did that whole learning about the different roles that we sit in, and then you're like, oh, I don't like that, so I don't want that to be there. Actually, they need to be there to a certain extent, but we just have to understand why they're there and when to let them out the box.
And for me,
People
stick their head out gradually. Like, I'm here. You've not forgotten me.
No, not forgotten. Stay in the box.
Shut up.
Not today.
Nope. Nobody's going out to play today. It is. What's I going to say? See, brain fart today. It is the personalities that I think you probably dislike most.
Yeah.
That were probably the most helpful.
Yeah. And I struggled with that. I struggled with liking them.
Oh God, yes.
Because I didn't want them there.
No.
didn't like them.
No.
But actually, like you say, yeah, you're right. So you have to just embrace them, accept them.
And I think again, accepting those parts of you that you don't like.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we all have parts of us, whether that's a personality or things that we do or if we go over things. Anyway, there's all parts of it that we try and ignore and pretend that's not there.
Yeah, and that don't work.
And it doesn't work. And I think often they're quite prominent, but like you say, we pretend they're not there, aren't they? So we don't want to accept that those parts of us are there.
No, not at all. No, we don't like accepting, do we? It's funny.
No. It's quite a big word, accept.
It is. It's huge, actually, isn't it?
Except for me, I think acceptance incorporates loads of things. I think that's why people struggle with it, in the fact that it accepts. Acceptance is things like your part in a situation, taking responsibility.
Yeah, biggie.
That's it. So you have to accept that part.
Get excited about that.
You have to accept that part of you was responsible.
Yeah, we don't know.
Not intentionally all the time, but part of you was responsible
and
for that.
And that also is such a big conditioning thing.
Oh God!
Because we see it all the time, don't we? On the news, on the telly, like. Or somebody else has to be responsible for that. People, sorry, but I did.
No, go on.
I just get a bit excited.
No, but it's true. But that again, isn't it? That we don't do that. So we don't accept. Nobody, like you say, we're not conditioned to take responsibility.
No, not at all.
Definitely not. And also accepting that we had a part in something.
Yeah, that's a bit huge.
Is a really huge thing.
Because you have to look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, and nobody wants to do that. No. It's hard to do that.
It's really hard.
It is hard to look at you and go, okay, there's part of me I have to accept in a situation that took responsibility for that. So for me, I think that's why it's so hard, because it covers so much.
But when we look at it like that, taking responsibility, it's not always a negative thing.
No.
That I think we always look at it, that when we take responsibility, it has a negative impact on us.
No.
But it doesn't. Mm-mm. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Absolutely the opposite.
It's quite a freeing thing.
Yeah.
Hard to do it.
Yeah.
Hard to look at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes hard to work out what your part of your responsibility was in that.
Yeah. Well, because we attach all other things when we're looking for that responsibility, don't we?
That's the thing.
Yeah. We're good at attaching.
But once you accept it, you're like, okay. Again, it's, quite a...
It's like you can... Let
it go. See, that's another song. I've never watched Frozen, by the way.
I do sort of almost like... We've almost got a bit flippant about the whole... and a bit cheesy about the whole let it go. But do you know what? It's such a big thing. Yeah. And acceptance is about doing that, isn't it? Because when we accept,
you do let it go.
You can.
But for me, and I don't know whether this is right, and you might challenge me on this.
Go for it. We like these.
But you need to work out and let it go.
Oh, yes.
Not just go, yeah. I'm letting that go.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because in my head, just going, I'm letting it go, means you're shoving it down somewhere and trying to pretend it didn't happen.
No. I'm 100% with you. No, you have to look at it, face it, take responsibility for it. But once you've done that, then it's like you said about a word, you free yourself from it.
Yes.
Which then... is
because you're not attaching anything else to it. You're looking at it almost from an outside perspective.
And I think that's what a lot of people, I don't want to say get wrong, because it's not the right words, but they think that they can just take something and let it go, like you say. And you can't.
Uh-uh.
Because if you don't delve into it and face it, you'll never let it go.
No, because it will always come back and smack you around the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So yeah, the acceptance part is the looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
However hard that is,
Yeah.
but that's, I think, out of everything that we say and do, acceptance is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because you have to take a long, hard look at yourself.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to do that.
No, it's funny, no. And even, people struggle with like sensitivity, don't they? And people don't want to look at that. And things like that. And it's like, but look at it, because don't look at it as a weakness.
No.
Sensitivity is like such a great strength. Even things on those lines, we've been conditioned not to look at that because we've been conditioned to think that's a bad trait. Haven't we? But accept that you've got that part of you, that wonderful part of you.
I know.
That makes you who you are. All these little pieces, right? We're like this little jigsaw, aren't we?
But again, there is no, I think, society nowadays, and I could be wrong, and this could be old age catching up with me. No, I'm going to retract that. No, I've said that. Well, I didn't actually say it. My head was going with nobody accepts people for who they are. That's bullshit. I'm calling myself out bullshit on that.
Yeah, and that's a very big statement because you can't say no one does because a lot of people do.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Because I started to think that and I was just like, no, that's crap, Lynn. You're talking out your ass. Because it's not, is it?
No.
Because I think of people, and I think of young people that I know and we know, who are very accepting of people in general.
Yeah.
And accept people for who they are, no matter what shape, just anything, but for people for who they are. And I think there are a lot of people out there that do that.
Yeah, there are.
But I'm going to go out on a political limb and say the media do not do that.
No. But then that's the problem with that is there's a gain for them, isn't there, for not doing that?
There's a gain.
Because unfortunately, like the default is to look on the negative, the bad side of things, which sells stories, unfortunately. And I think that's a big lesson we all have to think about and look at ourselves for.
Totally.
Because we can go down a whole road, then a whole rabbit hole of being judgmental,
but that's the
unaccepting,
thing, isn't it?
very opinionated.
But that's kind of what they're trying to foster.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think they foster a culture that is wrong. I have go on. Makes me a little bit cross. The media.
Yeah. I could happily get on my soapbox about it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
If you've ever watched, have you seen any like Russell Howard clips?
No.
Oh, see, I like Russell Howard. So he does. I never watch a whole show, but I just end up watching little clips on YouTube and stuff like that, or on like Facebook videos and stuff. And he does a massive rant, and I love it when he does a rant because it's really good. A massive rant about the whole media and what they're doing, and like you say, creating this clickbait thing. Do you know what I mean? And coming up with a random things about everybody's doing this or everybody's doing that. But then he breaks it down and goes, actually, that was one person that did that. That's not all. This whole where they all slating off woke culture. So which are the youngsters basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do we every fucking generation slate?
Every generation does it.
Slates off the youngsters.
Yeah. Every generation.
But yeah, so the whole woke thing, and they're saying the woke culture, it's just all bullshit. All of it is just
The
crap.
media have to take huge responsibility for what they put out there and what they condition people to believe, the language they use, which is extremely manipulative and misleading. It's amazing what you can, we all know, don't we, with words?
Yeah.
How you can change stories that aren't really the truth. We do all that. We do enough of that to ourselves.
That's it. You don't need
without
that
having a whole media culture out there that does it. And I have a strong thing that it needs to be stopped.
And like you say, they're reinforcing that. They're reinforcing not accepting other people for who they are.
And that affects lives.
And it does.
Yeah, huge.
And like you say, it needs to be, like, it's not right. People. And why are we not teaching people to accept people for who they are, or the way they are, or teaching people to accept themselves? Why is that not taught in schools? Why do you need to teach them fucking algebra rather than acceptance? Who gives a flying shit about x plus y equals z?
If you could teach acceptance, self-worth,
oh my God,
these kids would go out and do far more in their life than what they'll get from 5, 6. Was it numbers now on a piece of paper?
I know.
Yeah.
What does that
and
actually
Stephen
achieve?
Bartlett's lovely for that, isn't he? I saw a post on LinkedIn not very long ago, and he said he had a vacancy. He said, I'm not interested in your qualifications. I want to know who you are and what you have to offer as a person. And that's what we should be doing. So if you build kids' self-worth, that they value themselves and their abilities, then they will find those abilities that they're good at. Because we're all good at stuff and we're all shit at stuff.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's good at everything. We all have different things that we're good at and not good at. So let them build on what for them they're great at.
Exactly. And accept people for who they are.
Yeah. That's what we
differences.
We
need to accept people's differences and teach kids to. Well, actually, do you know what? I don't think we need to teach kids. I think we need
just kids.
I think we need to teach fucking adults that.
Yeah.
To get them to accept people's differences. Get them to accept. And just get them to accept themselves. It's just shite.
But then don't you think it's the people that don't accept other people that don't accept themselves? Because everything the way we look out at the world is how we're looking in at ourselves. It all comes from within.
Oh God, yeah. Definitely.
So it's not just kids, it is everybody. And those ones that have the big opinions about it are the ones that have real inner conflicts with themselves, and then they project it to other people rather than take responsibility for how they're feeling about themselves.
Yeah.
They project that. I mean, there's a bully, isn't it?
That's it, isn't it? But like you say, isn't it? Even with those people, nobody is looking at those people and thinking, okay, what the fuck is going on with them that they need to behave like that?
Yeah, they get judged too.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that again, there's no acceptance. That for me, there's no thinking, right, okay, so if that person's behaving like that, why are they behaving like that?
Yeah.
That's not that. If you gave them a choice, they wouldn't want to behave like that. They're doing that because they have no other choice.
They don't know where to go with it.
No, they don't know to go with those feelings that they're feeling inside.
And they would feel uncomfortable to then go, hang on a minute, I just feel shit about myself.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
No.
So they've got to cover it up. They've got to repress that all down. They've got to cover that up. It's like a never-ending story.
But it is, isn't it? It is literally a never-ending story.
Yeah.
But I think we need to...
But it's a story that can be changed.
Yeah, definitely. we're living proof of that. It can be done.
Yeah.
And I think it can be done at any age, whether you're 5 or 50 or 105.
But that's why we need to build the groups, the support, so that we can support each other and we can understand each other, and to know that we're all okay. We're all different.
Okay, and we can accept that.
And we're all okay in all different ways.
And we accept ourselves for being who we are.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like physically, mentally and emotionally.
Absolutely. And we can learn things from each and every person.
Oh God, yeah.
We really can, when we just accept rather than... Because the minute we judge, we cut that off. And that's really sad.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a story that we can learn from. Everybody.
Oh, yeah. It's like when I listen to old people, I love talking to old people.
Yeah.
Because people not naturally assume that they've always been old. Well, they've not. They've been young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually listening to some of their stories is fascinating, and they'll have you in stitches and stuff like that. It's just, it's amazing.
Just learn from people. Don't knock them down. Don't put them on a pedestal and then see how we can knock them off that. What's good about that? Because that's what the media does.
Yeah, it does.
What is good about that? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
No.
Nothing at all. Oh, your battery's running out. But there isn't, is there? There is absolutely nothing at all about.
No. There's nothing nice about it.
No, just accept people.
But I think we do default to it because that's what we've seen our whole lives. And especially for the media. The media is so strong and prominent in our lives.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like you say, it doesn't help, does it? I think, we were fortunate in our day that, it was 3 telly channels and a newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I am sounding like an old twat now, to be fair.
Sure.
Well, that's true. Especially feeling with dodgy fucking it this morning. But yeah, that you weren't exposed to the amount of media and stuff.
No, and I think you get that, don't you, with older people who go, wasn't like it in my day.
Oh, no.
It was. It's just that
you've never heard about it.
You didn't have like the media that flew around the world telling you what was going on. You just had one newspaper.
That's it. And if they didn't choose to print it, you ain't going to know about it, are you?
No, it's like, all these people getting murdered. Look at the Victorian times. Oh my God, you walk out on the street, they'd slit your throat.
But that's
cut your head off, whatever. It's
but that's it. Like
it's always happened.
Yeah. Except you just didn't know about it. God, I remember my mum and my father-in-law having a conversation. And him saying that wasn't like that in my mum was, that's not true, Frank. It was like that in your day. In fact, it was probably worse in your day. But nowadays we talk about it and people know about it. Whereas in your day, nobody said anything.
No, so true.
But it is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in some parts, part of it where we're talking about it is great and not shoving everything under a very piled high carpet.
Yeah.
But also, like you say, that whole thing can be used for gain in another way by unscrupulous people.
Yeah, it's a funny old world.
Oh God, isn't it just? Oh, Marcus! Now I feel like those people off Les, those ladies off of Les Doors, and now we are talking about. So if you're listening to this in 20, you're not going to have the fucking clue who we're talking about. But I feel like those old ladies. I feel like I should have my arm underneath
dresser,
and I should have my arms underneath my tits.
You got your cardigan today,
Yeah, I got my cardigan. My hands underneath my tits, look. Oh, Mabel, you'll never guess what happened here.
Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think you'd probably get away with that these days either.
No.
There's a lot you couldn't get away with these days that they did to us as children. Like a magic roundabout.
Oh, there's a whole list of them, isn't there?
Cutting pugwash. Who in their right mind let that go out as a kids programme?
I don't know how they did that. Oh, it's epic.
I don't know how they let them get away with that.
Kids were kids in them days, look.
What, that we were
See,
all
we all do it, don't we?
that we were all going talking about Captain Pugwash and semen stains?
Oh, you didn't think of that when you were a kid in those days, did you?
God. I think this is random. You've got to be on something to do children's programmes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because even when my kids were, you had like the Teletubbies. Who came up with the Teletubbies?
Well, talking about what was the Rainbow? Rainbow's hilarious. Honestly, if you've not seen clips of Rainbow, go back and watch.
YouTube that.
It's freaking brilliant.
George and Zippy and Bungle. That's what I mean.
Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Just what we subjected to as kids.
I wonder.
It's the ones that we like we are, isn't it? That was the kind of conditioning we were left with.
Oh, it's funny.
Shite like that.
Oh dear.
But they're no better now. God, I remember somebody saying there's a programme called In the Night Garden with Inky Pinky.
Oh yeah, Macca Packa. What are they called?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Oh, there's these little things that march around. Oh, what are they called? I can't think what they're called. The word. I love it. I can't remember it now.
Do you reckon to come up with a kids programme? Seriously, there's got to be something.
Oh yeah, because like the Teletubbies didn't speak, did they?
No. Boo!
Yeah.
Nunu. Nunu custard. Tubby custard.
Tubby custard. Brilliant. No wonder you stopped watching the telly.
Is it any wonder?
Honestly, if you want to laugh, go and watch the
Yeah, you need to go back to 70s kids programmes.
It's bloody brilliant.
And then you'll understand why everybody over 50 is like they are.
Fruit Loops.
Okay, we'll give you a whole load of acceptance and understanding as to why old people like us are like we are.
Oh dear.
Because that's the shit we so subjected to as children.
Funny. Oh, you forget, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handy pandy. Finger mouse, finger bob.
Finger pops.
That wasn't right either.
Even the herbs, wasn't it?
Oh, I used to love the herbs.
He was on something, wasn't he? Oh my god, you stop laughing. I'm hurting now.
Right, okay, this is fucking confession time here.
Oh no.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? Sometimes when I can't sleep, okay,
Yeah.
I say
We need to shut our ears for this.
I say a phrase that helps me go to sleep. Do you know what that phrase is?
I have no idea at this stage, and I'm sure you're going to tell us.
I go, boing! Time for bed, said somebody.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know that, that's Magic Roundabout. That used to be the end of Magic Roundabout. It used to go, boing! Time for bed, said somebody. Because Zebedee was a spring with a face.
Yeah.
And he used to spring around. And that was the end of Magic Roundabout. Boing! Time for bed, said Zebedee. And off they go.
Oh dear.
Okay. And on that note,
I think we're boing away.
I think we better boing. Time for bed, said Zebedee.
Cheers. Cheers, folks.
Bye. So much for listening to Chatting Bollocks and Ball with Lynn and Tracy.
If you would like to see or hear more of us, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or of course by subscribing to the podcast.
If you share this podcast with others, you will make two old birds very happy. And finally, if you want more bollocks and bull in your life,
and who wouldn't,
then sign up to our newsletter. The link is in the show notes.
That's all, folks.
Love ya!